welcome back. So it has been a little while since I filmed a video. I think the last video I put out was our Christmas decorating video. I haven't recorded in a while, mainly because I've been sick. I'm sure you can probably hear it in my voice. I've been sick for the last week and a half. Fever, sore throat, congestion, all the things. Finally coming to the tail end of it. For a few days there, I felt like I just could not function and focus on anything. So I have been able to film all the end of year videos that I wanted to film. I actually still have several videos that I have filmed that I haven't been able to edit. I have a book of the month unboxing that I need to edit and get up, and I think there might be a weekly vlog also, and then I feel like there's one more video. I don't remember exactly, but there's at least 2 videos that I have filmed that I need to edit. But I've been trying to put off doing my end of the year videos until I felt better. But I do feel better now, but my voice is still kind of gone. But I don't want to keep waiting. We're slowly coming up on the end of the year. Today is Friday, December 22nd. And so we're quickly coming up on the end of the year. I don't know how long my voice is going to be like this. So I figured I had some time while I'm in my car. I have an Olipop with me. To try to keep my throat wet. And hopefully be able to get through this. So one of the videos that I wanted to do at the end of the year was kind of a wrap-up video, but not reading-wise, more like a wrapping up the year, 2023 reflections, that kind of thing. And like I said, I keep putting it off, but I think it's time where I just need to sit down and do it. Hopefully you guys can understand me with my voice the way it is. And I'm in the car, I'm driving to get my nails done, and I figured why not just go ahead and do it while I'm in the car. Have this video be a little chatty car video. So the main reason I wanted to do this video is because I have had a pretty good year for my channel on YouTube. It is not big by any means compared to other people. I don't have a huge following. I don't, but I have the amount of followers on the channel has doubled since from where it was, actually more than doubled from where it was at the beginning of the year. So that is still a huge accomplishment to me. And I have also posted more videos this year than I have any other year. I've done weekly vlogs. I counted, I think it was end up being 30 something weekly vlogs. So more than half of the weeks during the year, plus a ton of other vlogs as well, Disney vlogs, all kind of stuff. So it has been, not only have I gained followers this year, like I said, but it's the most active I've been on the channel, the most effort I've put into it. I'm really happy with the content that I put out this year, and I want to keep that going into 2024. So I started 2023 with weekly vlogs and the new year and all the things. So I thought it would be nice to have a video, at the end of the year, wrapping everything up, talking about how the year went, what worked, what didn't work, my reflections, my thoughts, and then talk a little bit about 2024 and things that are coming. So as far as 2023 goes, it's been a pretty decent year. It's had its ups and downs just like any other year, just like anybody else. But some of the good things that have happened this year are that my job at the beginning of 2023, we got called back into the office to work fully in the office, and then within a few months, we were released to go back home, fully remote, full time. Our statuses were changed to remote in our system. Everything, we are officially completely full-time remote employees. So that's something that happened this year. We got to go to Florida on our 2nd annual Bestie Disney World trip with our friends. Nick's health has not improved because he has end-stage renal disease or kidney failure, and that can't really improve. But his health has been stable, which is good, basically good enough. Like in his world, his kidney levels are holding stable, and he has not had to be on dialysis this year. He hasn't had any like major side effects from his kidney illness or his kidney disease, anything like that. So in his world, a stable year is a good year. So it's been a good year for him. We don't know what 2024 is going to bring. I'll talk a little bit more about that when I talk about 2024. But for 2023, it's been a good year. We have had a few health scares in the family, but thankfully no deaths. We did have 2 deaths in the family, so that was a difficult thing for us to deal with in 2022. But in 2023, thank God that hasn't been the case. Everybody's been, for the most part, healthy, happy, all the things. We've seen a lot of movies we loved. We have spent time with family. We got to see my uncle in Orlando when we were there, which was a great thing. We got to go to Disneyland with Nick's dad and our niece, which was a lot of fun. It's been I'd say like consistent, pretty even keel year. Nothing like amazingly good has happened, but also nothing terribly bad has happened. So in my book, that's a win. Like I said, as far as like goals and work and that kind of stuff goes, I started working with my cousin doing this VA job, which has turned out to be a huge blessing. I love doing it. I look forward to it. I've worked with several great clients over the last year. It has brought us extra income, which has been a huge help. And I have discovered that I have a real passion for it. So that has been a great thing that has come into my life for me, myself, like personally, in 2024 or 2023. I wrote 30-something thousand words of my book this year, of a new book that I had no idea, that I was going to be writing at the beginning of the year. I wrote another like 10 to 20,000 words in the book that I was writing last year, so I still did make progress, even though I didn't actually finish the book. I did make progress on it. So I have been creative this year, writing wise, content wise. My following on my bookstagram has grown. I haven't posted on my Disney Instagram account in a while because it's hard to post when I'm all the way on the other side of the country. But when I was posting, when we were in Florida and everything, I had several videos that had decent amount of views. They didn't go viral by any means, but I had a couple of videos that had 30,000 views, and for an account that only has a few hundred followers, I think that's pretty good. I definitely hope to be able to grow that account in the future, but it's kind of on the back burner. Guys, that got cut off. I'm at the nail shop now, but I'm about 15 minutes early, so I'm gonna wait a few minutes before I go in. So like I was saying, I have had some good posts, some good views on posts on that account. I started the year writing content for a Disney blog that at the time was one of my favorite blogs, so I was very proud to write for them, to get to post a few blog posts for them. I'm no longer doing that. They've kind of not shut down fully, but there's some stuff going on with them, so I'm not doing that anymore. But I was very proud of that at the beginning of the year. And work has been good. It's still doing the same thing, but another year with the same company, working for corporate, working in human resources, my chosen field. So again, I'll take that, as a positive, as a win. my faith has grown. I've, read more of the Bible. One of my best friends and I have done a Bible study for most of the year together. I have done so many buddy reads with Ray and with that other friend Carly throughout the year, which I love. I started a little book club with my coworkers, and we read several books together as a book club earlier in the year, which was so much fun, and I really enjoyed. And I did hit my Goodreads reading goal for the year. I read 100 so far. I've read 100 and I think like 30 books. Maybe not that much, maybe 100. But I did pass my goal. My goal was 100 books, and I passed that. I've gotten 2 new tattoos this year, which is always great. I've watched a bunch of shows that I loved, a bunch of different K-dramas that I loved. I have kind of started up a friendship with an old coworker, and we have recommended several different K-dramas to each other throughout the year, and we have watched them together and talked about them, which has been a lot of fun. So my friendships have really developed and grown over the year, and I have a lot of really good female friends. I have several best friends that I love that are always there for me, and I'm there for them, and so I'm really thankful for the friendships that I have. My relationships with my family members are really great. And yeah, so overall it's been just a really good year. Like I said, nothing hugely bad has happened this year, which I'm thankful for. And I know this is kind of all over the place, guys. I didn't really have a plan. I didn't have set categories or topics to talk about. I just wanted to kind of overview everything. But yeah, it's been this year the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup, which was great. Actually, that is one thing that I did know I wanted to talk about. I still have a few minutes, so and actually I can see into the window into the nail salon, and I can see my nail girl still doing some of these pedicure, so so I know I'm fine. The big thing that I did want to talk about was that I started off the year talking about our move to Florida and how we were planning on moving from Nevada to Florida. We went to Florida in April, looked at houses, met with realtors, so we were on track to get that going. So I wanted to do an update about that because that was something that I was very excited about at the beginning of the year, and I had planned on that being a big thing that happened this year. But obviously it has not happened. We are still in Nevada. So I wanted to give it an update on that. For several months after we got back from Florida in April, there wasn't really much development on this front, because the interest rates were so high and our mortgage was going to go up so much, and all these things that we had decided that we were going to wait and hold off on moving. So that's why I haven't talked about that very much in any of my vlogs. But now, here towards the end of the year, there has been some development again. So I am going to end the year and start the year talking about moving and end the year talking about moving. And I will begin the year talking about moving again. It is still in the cards for us. We are still planning on moving. We, interest rates are going down. Nick has talked to his doctor, his nephrologist, about getting a doctor in Florida and what that would look like. And the doctor says that he is stable enough to be able to do that. So we're thankful for that. A lot of development has actually happened just in the last week. So Nick's doctor confirmed that it was okay for him to seek out a doctor in Florida. He's stable enough to change doctors, and that they could speak, and he would share all the information, Nick's records, all that. So they did share his records with a doctor in Florida. Nick called and was able to get an appointment with a nephrologist in Florida. So in February, we will be heading to Florida so Nick can meet this new doctor, and we will be meeting with the new realtor. We spoke to the new realtor yesterday, I think, actually, and let her know when we're going to be there, and that we want to see her and all these things. So we have an appointment set up with her as well. So that's going to be an exciting weekend. We have already booked our hotel and rental car. We don't have airline tickets yet, We will be buying those soon. I'm not going to give out full details on that in this video because that's not what this is about. I'll have a full separate video about that when the time comes. But we are going to be going to Florida in February, so I'm excited for that. So yeah, we are hopefully in 2024 going to be making the move. There is one little hiccup, and that is it's going to depend on how long the transplant list is in Florida. Here it is currently 1 to 3 years. If it is longer in Florida, then we will probably wait until after Nick has had his transplant, because there's no sense in moving to a state where he's going to have to wait longer. We might as well stay here where the wait is shorter. So that is going to be kind of the deciding factor. But I will talk more about that when the time comes. But yeah, so talking about that, like I said, at the beginning of 2023, still talking about it now at the end of 2023. So yeah, I do want to talk more about 2024 and my word for the year, my goals for the year, what I hope to accomplish, all those things. But it is time for me to go and to get my nails done now, so that will probably be the second half of this video while I'm driving home. So I will catch you guys after. Hey guys, okay, so I am done with my nails now. Just got them done. Just did like a black and silver for like New Year's. I have to run to the bank real quick, and then I will be heading back home. So I wanted to talk about 2024 and what that's gonna look like. So like I said, I will be our hopefully moving will be, you know, a big thing going on in 2024. This trip to Orlando will be a big thing that we're working on and planning, and then obviously whatever goes on with Nick's health. So with regards to the rest of 2024, so I have chosen a word of the year. My word of the year, it's technically not a word, it's a phrase, is going to be choose the good. This is a phrase that I have like used in the past and I try to live by already. I'm in this Disney community that I have been for several years now, and I have several friends who are in the community, and that is kind of like the slogan for the group, is choose the good. And so this year I decided to kind of take that and apply it to my life, and use it as my word of the year or phrase of the year. I find that I tend to kind of focus on the negative things, like in the moment. Like I could be having a great day and one little thing will go wrong and it like throws off the whole day for me. And it's not so much that I'm like to the extreme of like life sucks, everything sucks, you know, the whole world is horrible. I don't take it to that extreme, but I do let it affect my day, and it just kind of kills my whole mood and the whole vibe of the day and ruins the whole day for me. And I don't want it to be like that, because it's not a bad day, right? It's just a bad, I mean, sure, there are bad days, but for little things, it's not a bad day. It's just like a bad moment, or just something that I need to work through or breathe through, or, you know, just kind of let go of. A lot of times things, simple things that I could just let go of and move on with my life and not let it. So that is kind of part of that. Choosing the good, choosing to see the good, choosing to let go and move on from things, and then also choosing positive, like looking at the positive things instead of the negative things. Like so many things have a positive side or a silver lining, whatever the case is, and always looking for that positive instead of focusing on the negative. Also, our pastor has a thing where he says, I don't remember what it is like verbatim, but it's something along the lines of like, choose the best, it's something like choose the best reason or choose the best outcome, something like that. But basically, like, don't always see the worst in people. Don't always assume the best. That's it. Always assume the best about a situation or about a person. Don't always assume the worst. So many times we can assume the worst of a person, or assume the worst of somebody's intentions, or the worst of a given situation, instead of letting things play out and see how they go. So if something bad happens, assume the best in that. Assume that it's going to get better. Assume that there's a reason for it. Assume that this challenge could lead to something better or something that's going to help you grow and learn. Assume that this no is actually opening the door for a different opportunity and is a no for a reason. So assume the best in people, see the best in people, and then also assume the best in any given situation. I love that. That's always stuck with me every time you said that. So that's kind of part of that for me as well. And then choosing the good. And then part of choosing the good, choosing to see the good, could be, like gratefulness. That's something that I really want to practice more in 2024 is gratefulness. I want to keep like a gratefulness like list or like tracker. And a lot of people do like one day, like write one thing a day that you're grateful for, or at the end of the day write a few things that you're grateful for, something like that. So that's something that I want to do more in 2024. So that's choosing to see the good things in life, choosing to see the things that I have to be grateful for, the blessings in life, the good things in life. So it is a lot about like perspective and shifting your perspective from the negative to the positive. But I didn't just want my word to be perspective. I think I've actually done that in the past. I wanted something a little bit deeper, and like I said, this phrase already does have kind of meaning for me. So when I kind of thought of it, I immediately knew that that was a good choice for me, and that it was something that I would obviously remember, and that I see a lot already because I do see it within that group that I'm in a lot already. So that'll serve as a reminder. So yeah, so choose the good is going to be my word, or my phrase, I guess. I'm really happy with it. It feels right. I do want to be like more mindful about my word of the year for the year. I chose a word for the year this year, but I didn't really. So I did choose a word for 2023. But after the beginning of the year, I never really kept up with it. I didn't really come back to it. I didn't really think about it. It was just kind of there. Like every once in a while, I would be like, "Oh yeah, I had that word of the year," but I never like actively tried to do that thing or be that thing or whatever. And so this year, I want to be more intentional about it and have it be like front and center and like always like front of mind, and something that I'm actively choosing to do and thinking about and working towards. So I've already started working on my planner for January, so I already have it like written in my planner somewhere. I'll see it all the time. And I've been really thinking about that phrase and what it means to me and all that as I set out like my goals for the year and all those things. So I definitely want it to be, like I said, more front and center. I want to be front and center, and I want to be more intentional about it. So another thing for 2024 is like planning and journaling and that kind of stuff. I want to do more videos on that. I do use a lot of different planners and journals and things, and I love the idea of doing like flip throughs of those. Maybe like a flip through of each of those like every month or maybe once a quarter or something. So that's something I've been thinking about doing. So that'll be some different video content coming in the new year. And what else? I might do I'm not going to talk too much about journaling and planning now, because I might do a separate video on it at the beginning of the year as like my first flip through of the year. So I'm actually just getting to the base. Hey guys, welcome back. So as you can tell by my outfit, it is a different day now. It's a few days later it's actually like a week later from when I filmed the first part of this video talking about my 2023 reflections, my word for 2024, all things. I remember what the last thing I was talking about was, I think I was basically just talking about my word of the year, kind of explained that already, and how I want to make it more of like a priority for 2024, because I didn't really focus on it that much in 2023. And I was talking about like my journaling and planning. But that's all going to be like in a separate video. I want to do like a flip through of my planners for 2024. And I think that's basically it for this video. This has been a good year. Pretty even keel. Nothing like hugely amazing happened, but nothing terrible happened either. It's been a decent year. Definitely better than the previous few years. I'd say this was the most like normal year since COVID. So I'm looking forward to starting a new year. I know for some people, I saw something where some people compare like the beginning of a new year to like the Sunday scaries, where it's like some people have anxiety about like a new week starting, and like when Sunday ends and Monday's beginning, they get anxiety. And for some people, this is like the ultimate version of that, where it's a whole new year and a whole year ending and a whole new year beginning, and that can give people anxiety. Thankfully, that is not me. I love the beginning of a new year. I love the idea of the new year being like a blank slate, and I don't really know what's coming, anything. I love that the beginning or the end of the year could look completely different than the beginning of the year. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I kind of love the idea of that. We could end the year in Florida. We could still be here in Nevada. We could be somewhere completely different. No one knows, what the future holds. And I love that blank slate, and I love getting to fill that blank slate with, little things that I love throughout each and every day, filling each day with little pockets of joy and things that I love. That's something that I've worked really hard on the last couple of years, especially since I've been able to work from home, is finding the small little things that bring me joy, small little things that bring me moments of joy, pockets of joy, just simple things. Coffee, a good cup of coffee, like my desk and like having it, it's usually a mess, but when it is like clean and like aesthetic looking, I love that. I love planning and journaling and reading, and the end of the night when I get to sit on the couch and watch YouTube with Nick, or we've been watching Grey's Anatomy, like those moments. I love getting to work on projects for my clients, and so I've worked really hard to identify what those little things are that bring me joy, and reminding myself that it doesn't always have to be this big huge thing, that it can be just these small little moments in time. And so I'm looking forward to having more of those in 2024, and doing more of the things that I enjoy, more of the things that I'm passionate about, more of the things that make me happy. So I hope you had a great year. Let me know down below if you are having, if you do like a word of the year, if you do New Year's resolutions, let me know. I'm not doing like resolutions per se. I did do a class with Sarah Cannon from Heart Breathings. I'll link her channels below, called HB9, which is her like class on like planning and her planning system. I did that a couple weeks ago. I actually need to finish it. I have one more day I need to finish. I did that, but I'll talk more about that in that planning video that I'm going to do. So those are more like goals and projects for the year. It's not necessarily resolutions. And something else I'm doing is that I got from the Happier podcast with, what's her name? Christian Rubin. I've been listening to Happier podcast on and off for like 4 or 5 years now, probably. I need to listen to it more often, because every time I do, I get something from it. But they do, like every year, like in 2023, they did 23 and 23. So in 2024, they'll do 24 and 24. So it's like 24 things you want to accomplish. So it's kind of like resolutions, but it puts a little bit more of like a positive spin on it. And I feel like resolutions, people really feel like they need to like be perfect and start right at the beginning of the year and start off strong. And if you're not creating the habit right at the beginning of the year, then they just kind of forget about it. The idea of list 24 things in 24, you have all of 24. You have the entire year to do these things. So it takes off some of that pressure. I haven't done it before, but I'm going to give it a try this year. I already made my list of my 24 things in 24. I had to pare it down because I'm an overachiever and I had like 36 things. So I had to pare some things back. But I'm going to I think maybe I'll do a separate video of that also at some point. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, let me know down below if you do a word of the year. Do you do New Year's resolutions? Have you done this, like whatever number and whatever number? Do you have a bucket list of things maybe you're checking off? Let me know down below what you do, and I will see you guys in the next one.